No, I got you on this one, Coach. It ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The fanatic. But we keep it 100, keep it real. That's the only way we know how to be. Talking that sports talk. You know what I'm saying? Straight out of South Carolina. Upstate, A64. Yeah. The FANATTIC. The fanatic where we keep it OG. We talking sports, so I call what I see. I love the fans like they part of my team. I love the fans like they part of my team. Come rock with me. We got it jumping like it's that valley. I call my dogs out the pound, let's go eat. Turn on the fanatic, let's have a debate. Who really hold down the southeast from state to state? What team hungry gon' eat everything up off they plate? Who the next one that's really gon' step up and be great? Yeah, the FANATTIC. The fanatic where we keep it OG. We talking sports, so I call what I see. I love the fans like they part of my team. Yeah, part of my team. I love the fans like they part of my team. Yeah, part of my team. I love the fans like they part of my team. Yeah.
There we go. Hey, listen, man. Hey, it's like that. It's been a long day, brother. Hey, we all had a slow starts like we did against Auburn, but hey, once again, this is my nephew. He committing this Sunday on his birthday, man. Mazio Bennett Jr., the number one wide receiver in the state of South Carolina, 4-star class of 2024 wide receiver, man. You see the options on the thing. We're gonna live stream it on the Fan Addict this Sunday, man, for those that are interested. All right, man. On to it, man. We hey, just like I just had a slow start, man. We had a slow start against Auburn, but we had a good win. So let's go ahead and bring the panel on, man, so we can get into it. First up, as you know, the man with all the energy, my guy E-Rob. What's up, E-Rob?
Hey, what's up, Coach? One time for the slow stars out there, baby.
It's contagious, dog.
Hey, it's all good, man. But check it out, man. Another week, another dog victory. We find ourselves, right where we want to be. But we 5-0, 6-0. They say good teams win, great teams cover. But we covered on Saturday. So hopefully this is a trend. And you know what? We found ourselves at number one again. So really what I'm interested to see is the game within the game. How this young team responds to being on top of the college football mountain. Are they going to look down and kind of, relish it? Or are they going to keep grinding and trying to be the best version of themselves? So I guess we got like 6-7 games to see. To get the answers to those questions. So we're going to see.
That's right. That's right, man. Midway through the season, man. Next up, the bat. We got my guy, Corey Allen, CA. What's going on, CA?
CA?
Hey, that slow start was funny, man. I like that. That's how it goes sometimes,
It be like
sometimes
that.
got to get the kinks out. Exactly. The dogs are the dogs, man. Just like E-Rob said, man, I'm glad to be here. Ranked number one again in the nation, so that's always to be recognized. But definitely got a lot to work on, a lot to focus on. But to be honest with you, I like what's in the cupboard. It's about the coaches putting this gumbo together properly, if you ask me. I see all the tools I need to see, but it's about us executing on a consistent basis. So excited about the victory. I love the margin. On to the next.
That's right, man. On to the next, baby. For now, time for the coolest fan in the land, my guy, Cool Cal. What's up, Cool Cal?
There he is. What's
What's
up,
happening? What's up, fellas? What's happening?
Nothing to it.
Hey
How you
man,
feeling, Cal?
y'all said I'm good, man. Y'all said it all to start, man. I want to give a shout out to your nephew, man. Tell him to come on over, man. One state over, man. We got a great culture. You know what I'm saying? We looking for some new, fresh, fast wide receivers. Quick, come on over to the
Come
dog.
on,
Man.
nephew.
But that's exciting though. Seriously though, man, that's exciting, Coach. Man, I'm looking forward to looking at that this Sunday. You said he's committing. Okay,
Yeah,
looking
man.
forward to
Yeah,
that,
man.
man. That's cool.
Yeah,
No
man. I
matter
appreciate
where,
it.
no matter where he goes, I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna make sure.
Oh, absolutely,
I keep up
absolutely.
with it.
Yeah, I
For
told him if he don't come to Athens, I can't wear but so many colors now.
Hey, you ain't lying. No more. None of that.
So that's a whole other thing. Now I can support you, but
I say,
Going too far now.
you don't come to Athens, I might have to get a house divided T-shirt or something. I don't know about it. Next up the bat, man, is our guy Jevaris Johnson. JB, what's up, man? I saw you finishing up those biddles before you got on.
Hey, I ain't even finished with them. I just figured I'd give y'all the proper response and show up here on time without my mouth full of food. But, hey, look, shout out to everybody on the call, man. Listen, I'm one of the guys that are that's always looking at the fact that we are one hell of a group of gentlemen. And I'm excited to be here with you guys this evening to receive this gospel y'all about to lay on everybody.
Let's go.
So with that being said, hallelujah, amen. Let's most definitely toast to that.
That's right, man. That's right. All right, you know who Shelby up in the building. It is Homecoming 2022 week.
Yeah.
That's right, Homecoming this Saturday for those that are gonna be out there, man. Speaking of, just a quick announcement: we will not have a show next Tuesday. The Dogs are on the bye, and so are the Inside the Locker Room cast. We all need a mid-season refresh. Looking to get healthy. You know what I'm saying? To take on the second part of the year. Got our guy Carlo in the building. What's going on, Carlo?
So,
Carlo.
All right, man. You know what time it is. It's start bench cut time, man. Hey, we can thank Cool Cal again, man, for coming up with some dudes that was some heavy hitters out on that gridiron, man. We got Booger McFarland, Fletcher Cox, and Jordan Davis. Listen, man, these dudes right here was getting it in. E-Rob, I'm going to let you start out with this one, dog.
What you got, E?
I mean, thanks, Coach, for putting me on the spot. Wow, man. All right. Woo.
Hey, don't shoot the messenger.
I mean, wow, you did it to me right here, boy. Okay, so you know what? Okay, okay, all right. So this is how we gonna do this. Wow, this is a tough one. So I'm gonna go with Fletcher Cox starting because I just think overall, he just speed, power, just the whole package. Fletcher Cox is a beast. Secondly, I'm coming off the bench. I'm gonna have to go with Jordan Davis because he a dog, and I watched him come in as a true freshman. He didn't start the year, but they put him in like halfway through the year, and I watched our defense morph into being a way better defense from the time he stepped on the field to the time he left Athens. I saw that. Okay. Booger McFarland, I mean, we know he was a dog. We know he was a baller, but his ass is going to get cut tonight. So there it is. But there it is.
Whoa. Okay.
Hey, welcome into the building, our very own Shouty Parker. What's going on, Shouty?
Shout it.
TP. Fellas, what's happening?
Well, you right on time.
What's happening, dog?
Hey, you right on time for this fire Cool Cal done put out here on us. We're gonna put you on the spot right off the bat. You got to stay ready, so you ain't got to get ready, baby. Start bench cut. Booger McFarland, Fletcher Cox, and Jordan Davis.
What you got?
Okay. Let's see. Well, what I'm gonna do is this right here. I had a chance to play against this guy. And I can tell you, being in the offensive room, I mean, he was definitely somebody we had to look out for on defense. And I think all these guys' stats were relatively close. It wasn't that much of a big difference in terms statistically, but the way they played, there was. So I'm going to have to cut Booger McFarland. Like I said, I did have a chance to play with him. He was a great player, and he was definitely someone that, he showed up on the scouting report and that you had to block. And I actually think he did it before Jordan Davis. Booger played short down fullback. I don't know if a lot of people remember that, but he played fullback. Yardage.
I do.
And then the guy who I'm going to put on the bench, now I think he was, I had a joy watching him play, and I probably think he was probably the most versatile of the three. Cox, I'm going to go with Fletcher Cox on the bench.
Okay.
But just a kid that they just don't make him like this. Once again, I played with two guys who was 6'6", 310 pounds. But I'm telling you, with 6'6", 340 pounds look different.
Way different.
Way different. And this guy, not only being that, he was arguably probably more athletic than the two previous guys. I didn't mention their names, the guys I played with. But I'm going to start Jordan Davis, man. I mean, he was just a freak. You just don't find him like that.
True.
Hey, that's facts right there. CA, you up the bat, dog. Who you starting, who you benching, and who you cutting?
Not a whole lot of fanfare or beating around the bush going on over here. I'm going to go completely opposite. I'm starting Booger McFarland. I like his 4-down play. I felt like he was versatile, which is what Thad mentioned, being able to play a little bit of fullback, in those short yardage situations. I just like what he brought to the game. He was a leader on defense, and anytime you lead your team to a championship, you can't deny that. Coming off the bench, I do have Jordan Davis. I mean, we all saw what he did. He helped turn this thing around in Athens, and I think that speaks for itself. Put himself into an early draft position, and now he's playing on Sundays, doing what we expected. And then I got Fletcher Cox pulling up the rear, only because the two in front of him, I just think about it.
There it is. JV, what you got on it, dog?
Well, man, I'm going to go ahead and just start Jordan Davis right off the bat. I just think he was just so dynamic at what he was. He allowed for everybody around him to elevate their play and to be better. And if I'm playing defense, if I'm playing team ball, yes, I do want a guy who can blow up the middle and be able to get me a sack. But at a deep tackle, I want him to be able to make my linebackers, Nagurski Award winners. I want him to be able to make my defensive backs the best in the country, and to be able to free up those guys so they can provide some pressure on their QB. He did all of that plus some. Just a plug stopper. I'm gonna back him up. Man, this is the toughest part. But I'm gonna back him up with Booger McFarland, because Booger McFarland was a whole entire problem. I mean, if you think about it, man, he literally looked like a smaller, Warren Sapp. He was a whole problem.
Very savage.
Poor man Warren Sapp. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And so I'm going to go ahead, because of those two being the guys that they were, I'm going to go ahead and release Fletcher Cox. Not a whole bunch more to be said.
There it is. This is your list, Cool Cal. So you had a lot of time to think about it. Just before you get started, there was a question in the comments. Carlo, this is only based on college. Only when we do our start bench cut, it's only based on college. All right, you up the back. Cool.
I'm a little shocked at some of y'all, to be honest with you. When I looked at it, man, it's Booger McFarland, man. It's Booger. Do your homework a little bit. And the reason I'm gonna say is Booger. All of them were dominant, but Booger also has stats to go with it. I went back, I looked at stats. A lot of times we'll look at stats of the D tackles, but he had over 170 tackles versus the other two guys had 90 and less for their careers. He had 17 sacks for his career. He had a lot more tackles for loss for his career. And also in our memory, we know how dominant he was. So I think, to me, by far and away, starting is Booger on this list. Jordan Davis, that's my guy that I'm going to have to put on the bench, or number two, whatever we want to call it. Jordan Davis was dominant. We know what he was, helped us lead us to a national championship. And I got to go Fletcher Cox last on the list. He was a dominant player, but I think that he's probably a better pro than he was as a college player. But he was still a great college player, but I think he was a little bit better pro than he was a college player.
There it is, man. There it is. Hey, Cool Cal coming up with the good start bench cuts, man.
With the right answers. He had the right answers. Don't beat around the bush. That was it. That's how it goes.
It was a hard debate, man. But I'm going to tell you what did it for me. Jordan Davis, bro. arguably the best player on basically a top 10 defense of all time.
Yeah.
That's where really just put him over the top for me.
You know what I say to that, Thad? Jordan Davis had one good year versus Booger had at least 2 or 3. I'm talking about exceptional. Exceptionally, I think the career body of work was longer. That's what I'll say.
Okay.
Maybe I'm shorting not 1 year.
All-American other than Fletcher Cox was Jordan Davis All-American? He was All-American too, right?
He was. Yeah. What you call it? Actually, also, all of them had a publication named them All-American. Booger was an FCA All-American at the time when y'all played. FCA was actually pretty big, so they're not that big this now. But yeah, they all had at least 1 year when they was All-American.
Come on now.
I mean, well,
prayer hands and everything.
What that was, you know what I'm saying?
Prayer hands. That's me right there, player.
Oh man, let's see. Jeremy Johnson in Belly. He said Booger. He gonna start Booger. Okay. Hey, Booger was an animal. I mean, I think Jordan Davis, just how big he was, man, and how athletic he was. But like CA said, he kind of came to a peak, in that 1 year. He was solid his junior year.
We need you, baby.
Yeah, you're right. So we got Mark Martin in the building. Say salute, Kings. Keep grinding. Love the show. So informative.
Appreciate you, Mark.
What up,
Hey. Hey, for those that check us out on Saturdays on the live stream, Thad got his payback on Stat Guy. Stat Guy in the building, man. What's good, dogs? Stat Guy had to wear the Stetson shirt again, man. And then they got another bet. He trying to get Shawty in some South Carolina gear. The bet is that
we're a lot of recruiting classes away from that one, Thad. We good.
So hey, listen, the bet is that South Carolina gonna beat Texas A&M. If Texas A&M lose, Shawty got to wear some Gamecock gear.
Man, you taking bets on other folks' teams?
Listen.
I'm a gambler. I try to give him some get.
That's a good bet. That's a good bet. I respect that.
I ain't gonna lie, Shawty be able to change this all out, disrespecting all the teams on Saturday night. He don't care.
Oh no, Jimbo might let you down, dog. Jimbo gonna let you down, dog.
That offense is
South Carolina. They terrible. Jimbo ain't that bad. He ain't that bad.
Jimbo ain't.
He pretty bad.
Played to the level. He played to the level of his competition.
To beat South Carolina.
Hey, Carlos say he's starting Jordan Davis, benching McFarland, and then cutting Cox. Okay, I think a lot of the sentiment is that Cox had the better pro career.
That might be what I'm thinking about too. I know in the pros, he's
his game translated.
He was a player. Now he just happened to play at Mississippi State too. Now they had
and I remember him flashing at Mississippi State though. You know what I'm saying? He was a real good player.
All right. So let's get into this weekend, man. Dogs with another win. We 6-0, fellas. It's 13 undefeated teams going into this weekend. We are one of them. We back at the number 1 spot, like we never left. We handled Auburn. A little slow start, but was anybody? CA, you was in the building, wasn't you?
Quasi. I was in the play.
Wow. And everything.
What just happened?
What's up?
It seemed like a pretty straightforward question.
I ain't never know one.
Okay.
Body blow.
Hey, duly noted.
My good sir. I did see. I'll say in response to that. The point of attack has been something we've discussed throughout the season. The lack of strength at the point, the offensive line, and how we gonna mature. I do feel like a lot of it is by design, because what I saw on Saturday was a dominant force in the run game. Even when you pull out Stetson's extremely impressive long run in the third quarter or second half, whenever it was, we still had a strong day running the ball, which is one of the things I really wanted to see, which is why I lean toward the fact that these coaches are really going to be forced to put this together. I saw a team that has the tools, but we've got to design a game plan from week to week to cater to the opponent that we have, to make sure we come out on top. But I like what I saw at the point. We got a lot that we can work on in the passing game, but there's not a whole lot I want to change just yet as far as personnel. I still need to see a few more guys get some opportunities. Defense continues to get stronger, but again, always room for improvement.
That's right, man. We started slow, but what's crazy is we at that point where the standard has been raised, where 14-0 when Auburn can't really move the ball is still a slow start for the Dogs. You know what I'm saying? Right. I do got a question for the panel, man, and me and Charlotte kind of got into this Saturday. Y'all, up until the fumble, I feel like Stetson was hunting a big play a little much. You know what I'm saying? Like looking downfield instead of, finding a 7-8 yard, out route, check down, whatever it is. Give me your thoughts on Stetson and how he played the second half versus the first half, E-Rob.
Well, I mean, at this point, I mean, when we talk about Stetson, this is about this is Stetson. You're right when you're about to pull your hair out with him, he comes back and he looks like Joe freaking Montana. So that's Stetson. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get the good and the bad, the yin and the yang. Sometimes you're gonna get weeks of good. Sometimes within the game it's gonna be good, bad, good, bad. I tell you what, the kid does not give up. I believe in him. You know what I'm saying? No matter what.
Most definitely.
I believe in him. And I believe because he's a human being just like anybody else, he's not gonna play great all the time. Man, just stick with it, lead this team, and find a way. That's really all I care about. And he seems to be the guy who can do that.
That's what's up. JV, I know this win hit home for you. You got a particular affinity for hating the Tigers, even though it hadn't really been a game, even though I think you just love how we just roll on them. What's your thoughts on the game?
Fade out, that's brand, bro. You can't be putting brands online like that.
Oh my bad.
That's right. Shawty, they ain't giving us nothing. But JV, how you feeling about the Dogs play on Saturday, dog?
Well, number one, I just really agree with the end score. When the clock ticked down and it was quadruple zero, we were putting a whooping on Schlauberg like nobody's seen before. Actually, like we've seen the past 6 years. Just letting them know, man, we just really enjoy beating up on them. And I really hope they keep every coach that they've had. Bring all the coaches back. I just love putting a whooping on Schlauberg. To answer your question, yeah, I do think he was pushing the ball downfield a little bit because I think he wanted some of that excitement. I think he wanted some of that big play. I also think he was trying to get some of his guys going. I saw a couple plays when he threw in the double coverage. It absolutely should not have been thrown. But kind of to E-Rob's point, then he comes back and he plays pretty good ball. I think they reined him back in at halftime, and he takes off for like a 64-yard run. We didn't look good, and I think somebody said it last week. We are missing A.D. Mitchell. On the outside, we are definitely missing our number one receiver. But we definitely also showed them what time it was when the Grizzlies started growling and we started coming downhill on them. They did not want any of their running game. So, Stetson, he'll Stetson a little bit, but he's Stetson a lot less this year than he's Stetson last year.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm he was Stetson a little bit. Yeah, I like that.
Most definitely. Cool Cal, what you seen Saturday, man, that you might think we need last week we kind of talked about trends, you know what I'm saying? We don't want to keep seeing trends going in the wrong direction. Did you see any of that stuff on Saturday?
A little bit in the first half, obviously, with the offense, with the slow start. I think we got out to a slow start again. I was looking for us to pick up the pace in that area a little bit more. But I was pleased with how we finished the ball game. I think that's something that we can continue to build upon, with the running game and how we ran the ball in the second half. And maybe there may be a start of the shifting of a guard with the running backs that we're having. I don't know. I think that we still need to tighten that running back field up a little bit instead of maybe having 4 or 5 guys and maybe get 2 to 2.5 guys out there. I would like to see that a little bit more, but I was excited to see the running game get going a little bit more. Stetson, he calmed down. He settled into the game. and let the game come to him, and then obviously opened up the game with the 64-yard run. So I thought that was good trend going into the next game. So hopefully we could start to get this offense going a little bit more.
Okay. Shawty, I know you had some notes on the game, man. I had this one thing I saw in the first half that I want us to address, or because we always looking to get better. I think we fallen in love with the screen game. We need it and it's good to us, but I felt like Auburn was able to jump a lot of the stuff early because we always we running back screen, wide receiver screen, tight end screen. It's like it was screen, and I'm like, we got to do something else. Shawty, is that something you noticed, or is there something else on offense that could have caused a slow start?
Well, just to address the screen game, I mean, generally, when we come out in certain formations, I mean, we kind of show that we're going to run string. Yeah. I'm just hoping that this is, us playing chess and not checkers, and we're actually setting it up. Yep. Something different down the line. So we want to keep showing those particular formations and continue to run screens until someone stop it. But that first screen that we ran, I actually thought one of the DBs had jumped it and was going back the other way.
Yeah.
So I know exactly what you're saying about it. I think it was a screen to Bowers.
And that's normally his first target of the game, whether he catch it or not. His first target is normally a screen, and I'm like, if I can pick up on that, then you got to know the DC picking up on that.
What I want us to do though, and I could just be reaching. I'm not an expert here. I'm not a genie in the bottle type thing, but what I think has happened, to be honest, is I think we kind of almost created our own monster. And what I mean by that is with Stetson Bennett coming back, having so much experience, I think we gave him the whole playbook, and we give him a chance to experience that playbook. But I think what has happened is in the second half of the ball games, the OC done got together. Hey man, we got to reel this thing back a little.
Bring it on, tighten up.
Get back grounded, and go on and get this W, because that's what matters at the end of the day anyway. Yeah. Because when you look at the pie, meaning the W, the pie's still there. We winning. It tastes good. It's just the ingredients don't change. Okay. We ain't just coming in blowing folks out. We ain't whipping that thing as hard as we normally whip it. You know what I mean? But the results are the same. So I already got myself in place in mind that, hey, as long as we winning, man, it might not be as pretty as we want it to be, but we count the W's and L's, baby.
We counting the W's and L's. Go ahead, TA.
You know what? That reminds me of last year. We had this conversation about how can we get better, because really the only time to get better is during the game. Right now, with a veteran quarterback, we have the luxury to take some of these chances early in the game and allow Stetson this growth, because we know in the second half of the season we're going to need to be more dynamic, and that's what I've been trying to really look at all season. I think they've been on purpose making sure we are in difficult situations because this quarterback should be able to overcome it. Okay. Now, when the game is on the line, we through playing games, we're going to tighten this thing back up and beat you over the head with it, because we have that luxury with talent. So that's why I'm looking at it and saying, and I'm going to continue to say, these coaches got a gumbo. They got to figure out this mix because it's on them. We got the talent. There is no excuse. I don't care how it looks. This better be a situation that gets me to Atlanta unscathed. I'm going to judge it all the way. Yeah. But I still have a goal in mind, and I don't see any reason for me not to get there with the talent on this team.
Hey, I'm with you, man. We got a question. We're going to take a question early, man. Go ahead, Cool Cal.
No, I'm just saying I'm with you, CA. That's spot on.
Oh, okay. Carlos say, do we feel like Monken is not scheming people open like last year? I personally think he's doing a great job up until
I do.
Like I think some of what CA and Thad said, and before I thought about it, they're giving him a lot of the playbook as the games go on. The first 4 games, I mean, listen, there were some guys running wide open, nobody in the camera shot when you're watching it on TV. But this last couple of games, I can see where you might think that. But I think it's kind of like what Shawty and CA said. Maybe it's like, okay, Stetson, you can call anything you want, and Stetson's cool. He's comfortable in that screen game. Well, obviously we saw that, and then I mean, like right before the half, taking 3 straight shots with like a minute and a half left instead of just getting like, we had plenty of time, all 3 timeouts. And then in the second half, they're like, all right, you had your fun. Let's go out here and do what we came to do. So I don't know.
But we did miss 2 wide open deep shots in the game, though. Wide open.
We did.
Wide open.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was a question I wanted to actually ask you guys. Is he injured? Because his accuracy, I think he might be throwing his shoulder.
Yeah, he banged up.
So, they apparently, Kirby said in the Missouri game, he took a couple of shots to the shoulder, but nothing that had him missing time last week, and he said that he don't feel like it affected Stetson's play any. At least that's what Kirby said,
That's what
that's
say. Of course he's gonna say that.
He don't want to tell the opponent that our quarterback.
Well, he know we ain't gonna buy it. To be honest with you, because if he ain't healthy, then get him out of there, put the next man in, and let's go. You out there, it's no excuse. So he did right. It went floated.
Yeah. So go ahead, E-Rock.
No, Stetson threw for 200 yards in the second half. I mean, and then had that big run in the second half as well. I mean, that's
just missed
again.
throws.
And then we went for 500 yards again. So.
Here we are.
We nitpick. We're really
nitpick. It's the same thing Kirby doing every week, dog. That's how you stay on the top of the hill.
We just like he happy.
That's right.
When you look at the box score, that's what I'm saying. You would think just looking at the box score and not the game. Hey, we were very successful looking at the scores, looking at the point differential. Like I say, the cake is still
4-5 yards per carry.
It just look different. Yeah, it just look different.
Yeah,
it might not be
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? It just ourselves.
It go back to the standard though. You know what I'm saying? We got different standards now. 5 years ago, we would have been in here throwing a party for a 42-10 win over Auburn. now we mad as hell. We like, damn. We covered and everything. Y'all realize we covered in the game, right? The spread was 28 and we covered.
I'm just gonna know 10 years ago we had still beat Auburn the last 12 out of 15 years.
Hey, JB, 16 out of 19.
I love it.
I think we might have beat them the whole 2000, the whole 1900s and 2000s.
Hey,
like that. And wait a minute, and y'all realize we beat them worse than we did last year.
Yeah, we did.
We still ain't happy.
Hey,
right, we still ain't happy.
We looking at them 3 games at the end, man. We looking at them 3 games, man.
Them 3 games.
But if we have,
I want a shirt to say them 3 games.
If Stetson one of them passes that he missed, it's even less to talk about. They were just one of them just so egregiously missed. We just gotta give him a little angst to that whole point, right? We gotta give him a little grief. I mean, but man, again, our defense is playing hellacious ball.
Yeah.
Now I really can't. I respect. I think I respect Missouri's offense better than I respect Slaubern's. But at the end of the day, our defense is balling, and I think that people are underestimating the power our defense has on its side right now, just because they concentrate on what the offense ain't doing right instead of what the defense is. Man, we got a complete team over here.
We also know. You go ahead, JB. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, and I'm still under the opinion that I'm gonna walk into anybody's house, and I'm taking my dogs straight up and down, and I give you some points because I think we are that team.
Yeah, I think so too. Shout out Tony B up in the building. Hey, Shelby say this is no longer. Listen, the Deep South Soldiers rivalry. Listen here, man. This has only been a rivalry in name alone. These past 22 decades here.
I love it.
It ain't never enough.
Up out of here.
Deep South oldest chicken fry, man. We just eating every time we play these guys.
Baby.
Hey, let's coming into the game, we had some injuries. We're gonna talk a little injuries, a little recruiting here, there, and then some mid-season grades. Injuries. Smile Munden, the linebacker, he didn't play Saturday. Kirby said he thought he was a goal, but he ended up holding him out. So JDJ said he played the most snaps he's ever played in a football game this past Saturday, but he said he wasn't tired, so that was good. you know, we still got AD Mitchell, like somebody mentioned. I think somebody mentioned earlier, man. We need AD Mitchell. He played a couple of snaps, man, but you could tell he was favoring that. Like Powell ended up right by his feet. He was quick to jump back, so as to not hurt his ankle again.
Bend decision right there.
Yeah, for real. And I do think Stetson has a little bit of shoulder. It's a little something. I don't know what it is, but it's a little something, and that might have caused some of those overthrows. Go ahead.
By Jalen Carter, coach.
Hey, coach, I saw Arian Smith out there running fast. I
don't
know if he can stop and cut, but I saw him running fast.
Yeah, he played. He in the Missouri game. He got in like 2 snaps and got a catch. And then Saturday he had about 5 to 7 snaps, and he was running a little bit faster. So that's a good sign, for things to come. CA Jalen is Kirby say he made. Kirby say making progress. He's trying to do what he can to get back, but that knee, I think he gonna be out until I don't think we'll see him until the Florida game. Yeah, for real. So you're gonna take these 2 weeks off. Who else was hurt? Hold on, I got some more people, man. Let's see.
What about Milton? Did Milton get any snaps?
Kendall, he did. He got hurt.
Yeah.
He ran his first touch. He ran for like 7 yards, and then I didn't see him after that. And then I listened to the commentator. He was in the tent. Groin. He pulled a groin. Pulled a groin. Yeah.
Okay. So one moment, coach, right there. So Dejon Ellis is finna get some significant touches going forward. This ain't gonna be a fad anymore because they didn't door. Yeah, I saw that. That's what I'm saying. This ain't that right there solidified it because he looked good doing it. And I think that you just Wally Pip your job.
If you talking about just running the ball, just running the ball is Edwards. If you're talking about complete back, it's McIntosh. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
he got one.
So we getting what we want.
The whole game.
Yeah, Edwards in the hole is
business in the hole.
I like the patience that the freshman showed running the ball.
Yeah, he did. It looked like Robert E in the building. Look at Robert E.
Stop running from me, boy. Golf course. Hey, boy, I'm ready, boy. My back.
Hey, in the building under a pseudonym.
That the Jack Rabbit. Hey, I ain't fooling with him.
Hey, so let me ask y'all guy this.
Go ahead.
I had a lot of people were saying that the Stetson Bennett, run was like the play of the game. But for me, the play of the game was that fake punt. Like that changed the whole momentum. Ain't no telling how that first half would have ended up without that fake punt that they didn't get. Like that just changed the whole game around.
Well, for me, it was a negative play that was the play of the game. I feel like Stetson fumbled and refocused him, and then made them because from there, like after he fumbled, the next drive we went on like a 12-play, 80-yard drive, and we scored. And then from there, it's like they couldn't stop. It's almost like they was like, all right, we're getting too careless. But I mean, that fake punt, it was huge because 2 teams in a row got a fake punt on us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And actually, because Mizzou got one. Yeah.
You gave us a short field.
That's a good sign.
The ball.
That's a good sign, man. When teams are faking punts on you, that means you whooping everybody's ass on a regular basis. And they trying to steal a possession. So we're gonna have to deal with that. That is what it is. But yeah, I think the Stetson play was a big play just because it got him out of the funk. I think that was the major thing for him personally. But I agree that special teams play was crucial.
Yeah, D said, what about Michael? He said
he played.
Saturday Kirby used him, Xavier Sorey, and Bear Alexander in his third down pass rush package. So he was out there on pass rush downs for the most part. But he played a good bit. He played, the thing is our defensive front do such a good job. It's like until they have a tackle for loss, you don't even know who out there. You know what I'm saying? It's just like we have a stalemate, and that's how it looks. So
we recruited against Auburn. We had a lot of young guys out there. We had a lot of young guys watching.
Exactly.
Young guys play.
Exactly. And that's why I wanted to bring up recruiting, because there was a lot of dogs in the future dogs in the building, or potential dogs in the building Saturday. And then one of them of which saw enough to flip from UCLA to the Dogs.
We got two.
Yeah. Like, so the running back, he's 6'1", 230, and if you watch him on tape, he is fleet of foot. So
like Clyde Gurley.
Yes,
I like it. Scary.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's what
he pulling. All I know is he play in California right now. His dad lives in California. He's originally from South Carolina. His people are huge dog fans.
I like that actually.
Yeah, and on his video, man, he's pulling away like it ain't nothing, and like he can get in and out of breaks too. It ain't like he just running heavy out there. So he look good, man.
Show video of him running the Vineyard Hills of the South Side, man. If he ain't giving me Brock Bowers the best athlete on the team, I don't know, man.
We had 5 top recruits in this past weekend.
It was a big weekend.
Wow.
Yeah, go back to a question that somebody asked a few weeks ago, and get what? None of them for Georgia. They were all from somewhere else.
Yep, and we did get one from Georgia this week though. Sokovie, the wide receiver, he's supposed to be like a really quick jitterbug, straight line speed. Yeah, so he committed to us over Clemson. So hey,
Okay, that's a win.
that's a win. As long as we can keep him out of there, I'm good to go. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at least for now. So let's talk about some mid-season grades, fellas. All right, E-Rod, what you giving the O-line for the mid-season grade, dog?
Ooh, O-line, we 6 games
Right.
in. Yeah,
Right now.
They're getting a nice B- because they've passed block well. They've held up well. They haven't really moved people in the run game like I'd like to see. They did last game. Now I want to make that a trend. So a B-.
All right, JV, your area of expertise. What you giving them tight ends for the year, man?
Man, come on.
Yeah.
Are you serious to asking me? Are you serious?
And those P's got to add up. Potential and plays got to add up.
Them P's got to add up.
I know
Man.
the potential there. What about the
I saw.
production?
I seen some drops.
Hey, look. You might see some drops because we get all the balls, baby. Look, I think that we are definitely sitting in the position of a A, not an A-, not an A+, but an A. I think our guys have blocked well. They've caught the ball well. They've performed well when they've been called on. They've delivered spectacular plays and the mundane plays. So all around the tight ends, I feel like, man, you really can't ask much more of a room besides just to completely be the full tight end on the field type of situation that I'm demanding and I'm asking for.
Okay.
A is what I give them.
All right, A for the tight end room. I definitely agree. That, man, what you giving them wide receivers on the outside, and also a follow up question for you. What about Kyrus Jackson? He been quiet the last 2 games.
Well, I'm gonna answer that one first, Coach. Like I said previously, the way we do offense, Stetson Bennett throw the ball to 10 guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. You can get lost in our offense. I don't care how good you is.
Yep.
It's just
That's
the
a
way
fact.
we spreading it out like that. You can get lost in the offense, unfortunately. But the grade I'm gonna give the wide receiver based off a few opportunities that they have had, and I'm also grade them on blocking and everything. I'm gonna give them a C. And the reason I'm gonna give them a C is because once again the P's not adding up, the potential and the production not adding up with the few chances that they're getting. And I just really honestly haven't seen the separation. Not in the last 3 games. I haven't seen the separation.
That's what I think is yeah, and I think that's what's making us realize how much we miss AD. Like you say, some of that could be scary. I did see a couple plays we ran a whole bunch of stop routes. Let's not go back to the Jim Chaney days. But I'm with you on that. CA, what you giving that running back room, man?
And the running back room, I'll give it a B-. I feel like that's another room that needs more attempts. I am pleased with the pass protection. They've done a good job in that regard. And McIntosh does a good job catching the ball out of the backfield. The carries, we need more to really, in my opinion, give a good assessment on what we can really do on the ground. I think the Auburn game was the first time we had a chance to show that. So I give my running backs a B- because I'm always going to want more and expect more. You're supposed to be at RBU, so you need to be making plays in the game and impacting the game in a positive way. So I'm going to keep pushing that position unit. I'm looking for Dejon Edwards to step up primarily.
Yeah, and I think they showed us a little bit of what we've been looking for in the third and the fourth quarter. That's what we need to see every game, no matter how many touches you get. We need to run the ball like that. Some of that had to do with the offensive line getting to the second level as well. Cool, Cal, it's on you, man. Solo job, man. Give Stetson his grade for the year, man.
I'm gonna give him a B. I give him a B.
Okay.
I think he's done. I think he's done a really good job this year for the most part. I think that he started to slow down the last couple of games. It may be due to injury that we've talked about. So I think in the next couple of weeks it'll be important for maybe him to get healthy and to get back to where he was at the beginning of the season. Like we said, Shawty said it, maybe shorten that playbook up a little bit, and just do what you do. Don't try to go out there and be spectacular. Just go out there, get the balls to your guys, let them make plays, and I think he'll be fine. But I think he's been a solid B. He's been pretty good this year.
There it is. Robert say the attempt's not the running back's fault, man. Give him an A.
Hey, but man,
I should have known he was gonna do that.
Coming on the show.
That was a shot.
Right.
That was a whole shot. Exactly.
Yeah.
We're gonna sign him up to speak on their behalf.
Yeah, come on your show. Come on the show, man. Running backs, man.
There it is, Robert. You got to come on the show and defend your room, dog.
Let's go.
Shout out to the Rapids, man.
All right, man. On that defensive side of the ball, Cool Cal, we end it with you. We're gonna start here, man. What you giving that defensive, the secondary, man?
The secondary, I'm gonna go B plus. I think the secondary has played pretty well for the most part. I think that they held up pretty well. I think that they're still growing as a unit. We got some young guys back there. I still would like to see Ringo play a little bit better. I would like to see him play more at an All-American type level. I haven't seen that this year. But we got the second half of the season to shore that up. But I think the guys are getting better. They're developing. And, I'm looking for good things to continue to come from it.
Okay, E-Rob, talk about them middle linebackers, man. The JDJ, Smile Munda, Trez Marshall. Saturday, Ryan Davis stepped up.
Yeah, so if y'all remember when I went to the scrimmage, that was the position group that I was kind of worried about. I was like, well, I don't know. Are we going to have a precipitous drop-off from what the level that we've had? Hey, man, let me tell you something. something.
You called it too, CA?
Precipitous.
My bad. Go
I
ahead.
love it, E-Rob. I love it.
Hey,
I love it.
Yeah. Ball, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a student.
Man got 2-3 degrees for those that don't know, y'all.
You
Man.
know,
I got a couple of degrees.
all the
But
way
it's
up.
on the
I'm about to
end, man.
write this down.
Go ahead. Go ahead, E-Rob. That Georgia education, baby.
Hey, man, somebody got to do it. But listen, man, Pop is playing at a big-time level. He is playing really good football. And what I've seen is as we've gone through the season, you could just see him growing into that dude. He was just a guy. He grew into that dude.
JDJ,
Yeah.
number 10.
Number 10.
Mhm.
And then you talked about injuries. So we've had a lot of injuries at the inside linebacker position.
We have.
But the production hasn't really fallen off. So that's just going to be good for Georgia. So we're getting a lot of guys, a lot of reps. So as we get later in the season, we're going to have a lot of bodies ready to play some really big-time football. So I'm really happy with the inside linebackers. I'm going to give them an A-.
Okay, I can get with that. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
It seems to not matter who we putting on the field at that inside linebacker spot. I will note that I know this Saturday, I know it's his first significant playing time, Ryan Davis, but I don't need him to be in pass coverage at all.
No,
his feet are way too heavy. His feet are way too heavy. Hey, but in the run game, exactly. In the run game, he coming down here with bad intentions, so I'll take that. Shawty, what you giving our outside linebackers, our edge rushers, man?
I want to hear this.
I'm gonna give him a B. I mean, I don't really have a problem with anything we're doing on defense. Unfortunately, the offense has put them in a few bad predicaments this year, and they've held people to no points or either field goals. I mean, I really have no gripes about the defense. Like I said, I expected some fall off because we got a lot of new and young bodies. Mm-hmm. But ultimately, I like what we're doing. I have no gripes with them. I'm gonna give them a B. The only reason I wouldn't give them an A is because, granted, they're not the whole team, but we ain't stopping people. People scoring too many points for me.
Yeah, I would like to see them get home a little bit. It's like we got a lot of pressures. I need some people to taste that grass. And Robert he said that earlier, man. How the offense has put the defense in some bad spots with the turnover, especially in the last couple of weeks. All right, JV, man, it's on you on that defensive line, man. Like, what we giving that interior defensive line, man?
Oh man, I mean, I think you had mentioned it earlier, Coach. You really don't know who's in the game because all of them are doing their job at some point or another. I mean, there's no glaring deficiency, but there's no super plays that draws your attention to them making that hellacious play that puts them on ESPN. You know what I mean? So with that being said, everybody's doing their job. They're playing some really good ball. I'm gonna have to give them a B plus. I just can't give them a A because we don't have that interior up the middle pressure on a more regular basis. They're pretty much just stunning the line. That's all I got for it.
I got you. So I asked Shawty about the outside linebackers, but CA, this is a question right here. Carlos said his fear is that we ain't got much after the starters at the outside linebacker. That's
true.
So we got Nolan Smith, we got Robert Beal, and
young guys.
Everybody just young. All the depth young. 60% of the roster is freshmen.
Yeah.
I mean, they're talented, but they're young.
Underclassmen. I apologize. 30%.
Yeah. How you feeling about that depth behind the outside linebacker starter, CA?
I mean, youth is youth, and the only way to get past that is with experience. And I'm listening to the grades that you guys have given the defense. I concur with most of it, but I'm really giving everybody over there a whole C plus. I know we lost a lot of talent to the NFL, but I'm not changing. It is what it is. I don't like points. I don't like mistakes. I see if I can see missed tackles, when you're out of position and can't make the play, that's all of that is focus. We've been talking about focus for the last couple of weeks. This defense is extremely talented, and it can be better than what it's shown me. That's my personal opinion. So I don't think the D-line's done anything close to what they need to be as far as what my expectation is. I think the linebackers
last year? Now?
This ain't got nothing to do with last year. I'm talking about this year.
I'm saying the expectation, though. Expectations are established from previous history. So is your expectation of now what you saw last year?
I just said last year ain't got nothing to do with my expectation for this year. I expect these boys.
I'm just asking a question. I'm just trying to understand.
I keep telling you, it's coming from the talent that's in the room. You can go in this circle all you want to go, but I'm telling you, I'm looking at my talent in my room, and I expected sacks, turnovers, and pressure. It ain't got to have Jordan Davis' name on it to be productive. And that was just my expectation. I'm just answering the question of my expectation. You gonna keep jumping in and out? We can dance all you want to dance. I'm just telling you what my opinion is. But
CA, take him down the rabbit hole. Take him down the rabbit hole.
That's a show, baby.
So I expect more from that defense. I don't care who's over there. It ain't got nothing to do with the name on the back. It's the hat and the star you came in with, and the coaches on that sideline. So that's just my expectation. I want more out the defense.
So JB, you say previous history lends to some expectation. That is, some of that's true. So before last year, did we not expect the defensive line to always play good at Georgia?
Yeah, most definitely. Did we expect them to play like they did last year, though? That's my question. And seeing them play last year like they did, the guys that we had there creates a higher expectation. Right? I mean, if that's just my opinion, not that CA divulged from what he was saying. I'm just asking, where was the expectation established? Because you got to have a baseline for it.
Well, I mean, if we looking at since Kirby been there, and when Azeez Ojulari and them was there, they was a good defensive line, getting more sacks. Like we ain't got a lot of sacks this year.
So we have,
and that's not all on the defensive line, but that's on the defense. That's on some of like what Shawty talked about. That's the edge too. But we like I said, I want to eat some more grass out there, man. I need people to stop being upright so much. That's all.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
I guess you know what, JV. I'm going by the eyeball test. I'm going by what I see. I see opportunity out there for my defense, and when I see opportunity, then that's what I'm gonna speak to.
Okay.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Got you. E-Rob.
Yeah.
What grade you giving the DC? Well, I mean, the defensive staff. Let's just say that because I ain't gonna put it on. We know how that go in Athens. So the defensive staff. What you giving them?
Staff.
What you giving Kirby?
What am I giving Kirby?
What you? I mean, for lack of better words, what you giving Kirby?
So I'm going. Yeah, all right. So I think that they're doing a really good job because, like, we have a lot of guys who have not played a lot of football for the University of Georgia, and like I was talking about last week, defense is mainly 90% about your eyes. If you're looking in the right place, that'll take you to the ball. If you seeing the whole picture, you're seeing way too much. You just need to be reading through your keys to the ball. So, like I said, when I watch replays of the game and I watch them over, I just watch their heads. Last game, our heads were in the right place 90% of the time. When we were in man-to-man, we're looking at the man. Now, I went through all of that to say this. If we keep doing that on defense, we're going to be something to deal with. Offensive coordinators, the way to beat us, to beat any defense, is to hope guys look in the wrong place and you get a step on them. Okay. If we don't do that, it's going to be hard to beat us. Right. So that's
okay.
It.
All right, so we got a little follow up here. I think this kind of speak to like CA said he need to see more from the D line. Carlos say we got quarterbacks running for their lives. CA.
I mean the pressure.
We're getting the pressure. We're getting pressure. Yeah, we're just not getting the sacks. Yep.
Right.
Won't more.
Right. CA want them dead, man. CA want them dead.
Yeah. She like shit. Yeah.
I feel him.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie.
Stop him.
Her and Hooker got me shook. We need to be ready.
There it is. So all right. So
and the way they get rid of the ball, they're gonna be hard to sack him too. They get rid of the ball.
I agree. So are we gonna bring pressure or come with four?
Yeah, so some comment to the expectations, JV. D say we recruit at a top 3. We're recruiting a top 3 class every year for the last 5 years to establish that expectation.
True that.
So
true.
Hey,
thanks to the talent. It's the talent.
What you say, Sean?
They ain't gonna let you get away with that shit.
It ain't no getting away, man. That's a fact of life. It don't matter what you rank. They gotta come in there and get that. You can get that 5. If you come in a 5-star, you can leave like Jordan Davis, a 3-star, being a number, low team guy in the draft.
Yeah.
So how does that happen?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, them stars, what you did in the high school.
Don't buy down, B. I'm with
you. Know what I'm
saying? There it goes.
How does that
happen? Brother got defensive.
Hey, so let's touch on something CA just said because we are looking to those 3 games, but to get to those 3 games, we will listen. This Vandy, I know CA. Hey, like what's crazy is CA says we game by game. He done moved up a little bit. He looking past Vandy, past.
Hey, I learned from y'all.
And he say Hendon Hooker look good out there. That's cool, Cal. Hendon Hooker got you worried?
Yeah, you got me concerned, definitely. Hell yeah, he got me concerned. I'm sitting up here. He's a guy. He's a dual threat guy. He's continuously getting better. Their offense is really good. I like what they do. They got some dynamic playmakers. Hell yeah, they can put some points up, and I think we definitely gonna have to be ready. No need to talk about Vandy like you said this week. Let's move on. And, let's start getting that game plan ready for the Vols because they coming up. Let's get ready for them.
Hey, Shelby say take a big beat. Can't never look past the next game. She pulling that CA. She pulling that CA 2021.
Shelby high on Vandy, right?
Wait a minute. We the national champs. And we worried about Vandy. We got some problems, man. We the national champs, man. Let's get off that.
Hey, Hey, Dad, what you thinking about Tennessee, dog? They got you concerned?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. Just with us getting off the slow start, any team that can score points concern me because I don't never want to be in no shootout. I mean, I just don't never want to be in no shootout. So Tennessee definitely concerns me, and I think they are actually a lot better on defense than I thought they were going to be this year as well. Mm-hmm. So, it's definitely a concern for sure.
E-Rod, what you feeling about Tennessee?
Tennessee is a formidable opponent. Tennessee, here's the good thing about Tennessee. We know they're a formidable opponent. We will be ready for that game. We will be up for that game. with this team is kind of up and down in terms of our like JB kept saying last year. It seemed like every time we got off the bus for every game, we was up. It didn't matter who we was playing. It was like we here to kick some butt. This year's we kind of playing down and up and down to our opponents. So, we'll be up for that game, but that is a good team. He has got that team going in. That coach has that team going in the right direction. So, I mean, bring them on. Shit, I ain't scared of.
Hey, Carlos.
Too?
What?
I was going to say, man, I don't know about you guys, but me just watching the game, not going back and watching a lot of, replays, it don't really look like our corners getting tested a lot. But when we play Tennessee, they better goddamn tie their shoes up.
But you told me, I said the same thing about Keeley not being sharp, not getting tested, but you say they get tested all week in practice. So what we worried about?
They do. But it's still a concern.
But I'm just saying, according to your logic, they get tested every day in practice. So why we worried when we come to Tennessee then?
Cause practice don't count.
Right, this shit count.
I'm just going by what Shawty said now.
Hey, getting better don't mean he ain't getting burnt.
That part, because I don't know what's going on in practice. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying he getting tested. I know he ain't just standing out there.
Yeah, but I know it was to my point last week when I said Keeley didn't look sharp because nobody's going to him in the games, and you was like, "Come on, folks, he getting tested in practice every day." That's what you said.
He is.
Crank it up.
But then you just said he ain't. How he getting tested if he just out there just running through the motions? And then you say in the game he not getting tested, Shawty.
Right.
Why you say Shawty so fast?
What I'm saying is you were making it seem like this is what I took. When you say he's not getting tested in games and he getting rushed, all I'm saying is he going through the whole week, 18, 20 periods, however many they do, and he's getting work. It ain't like he ain't getting no work is what I'm getting at.
But you just when we started the Tennessee thing, you just said that he ain't been tested though. That's what you said.
Cole, I said what concerns me after watching
either he been tested or he ain't been tested. It's one or the other.
What I'm saying is in the game he's not getting a lot of burn. But
that's what I said. That's what I said. But you referenced practice, so I'm going back to how you referenced it.
Yeah, you brought that up. All I was saying is in game, like you said, it don't seem like he getting a lot of burn. But what I'm saying in practice, he getting tested in practice. He got to. He ain't just standing out there. That's all I'm saying. I never
God
said.
Damn it! Let's call Keeley and ask him is he getting tested in practice. Let's call him and ask
I'm just saying. Listen, we can't have it both ways. No, we can't have it both ways. That was my point last week is that he ain't getting no balls in the game, and you said I shouldn't worry about it because he get. Yeah, but when you preface it last week, you said, "Well, he getting tested in practice." Like, okay, like CA said, practice ain't the game. Practice ain't the game though. So that's why I said he wasn't sharp. So you can't have it both ways, Shawty. You can't have it. You can't have it both ways, though.
I'm not.
You
I don't like how he used my argument.
Hey, that's all I'm saying, though. I said he didn't look sharp because he ain't getting.
He's saying the same thing.
So, all right, man.
He's concerned in the game because he hadn't got tested. It don't seem like he getting tested. But what I'm saying is, in practice all week, he getting worked out in practice. Yet when he comes to the games, ain't nobody throwing his weight. How is that an argument?
I'm just saying, like you rebutted it last week as if why you worried about him not looking sharp in the game? He getting tested in practice. Now you saying the reverse.
No, I wasn't saying that. The whole point I made with what I'm saying now. He getting work in the week because now they don't throw at him. I don't know why. I'm just saying he's still getting work throughout the week. So it ain't like he gonna come in there and ain't never been tested.
I didn't say that. I just said he didn't look sharp, and you rebutted it that he get tested in practice. So when it comes to Tennessee, he getting tested in practice. You shouldn't be worried. Same premise.
Getting a lot of work in game time.
Kamara getting a lot of work.
So to your point, right there, is he performing well because Keeley ain't getting no work in the game. They going at the other corner a lot. And they caught some balls on him, but I think he's performed with the amount of balls he's been getting thrown at him.
Yeah, he's gonna be.
I can go with that. I can go with that. Reason why I said it because there was a couple of plays when I mentioned it last week. There was a couple of plays that Keeley didn't look sharp, and they caught some long, deep balls on him.
We know you and Thad. We know y'all ain't seeing eye to eye today, man.
Yeah, I'm just saying that was my point. I think Kamara could use. I think Kamara could use some work, but I think the percentage wise, yeah, he's done a lot considering how many times they go at him.
Well, listen, both Kamara and Keeley better get their game together.
But that's the issue because Tennessee gonna test them, and they got
That's
talent.
all I'm saying. They gonna get. They
It's
should
a different
get
level of talent
this week.
Or whatever that week.
Heaton Hooker or Hendon Hooker, Hooker. He's a talent. Hey, I'm scared of his legs, but hey, man, the way that boy spinning that ball, I'm way more afraid of his arm than I am his legs.
Oh yeah, that's really what I'm looking at.
Now I made that point too. Did y'all see after he got sacked? Like his accuracy just went to hell. He might be a little dinged up too, man.
He is hurt. He's kind of like Stetson. He hurt his throwing arm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He got hit a couple times. Their offensive line ain't the greatest.
Hey, don't they have Bama this week?
Now let me ask you this.
That's what we're thinking of.
Okay.
Now let me ask y'all this. What's the best defense they done played so far?
They own in practice.
And that ain't saying much. They secondary. They second. I would have to say probably have to be Kentucky, right?
Yeah.
I think it got to be right. Florida defense ain't like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly.
All right. So when you look, Coach, when you ask that question, the only real question that goes with that is how many defenses on his schedule are better than theirs, and you can't two?
Kentucky.
Hold up, you just called Kentucky weak, didn't you?
No. I said Kentucky was probably the best they done faced. But I guess my point is like I'm not saying like they're not a formidable opponent, but I don't know if I got my concern is as high because I feel like they ain't played no defense like we got. That's I mean Kentucky's good, but they ain't never on the level that Georgia on. You know what I'm saying?
I hope they declare for the draft.
Ain't nobody seen that offense. He gonna have to.
Yeah.
I don't want to see him.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they got to play Alabama. I don't think, only thing about that, I don't think what's his name, Bryce Young playing this weekend. So they offense probably going to put, Alabama offense probably going to put them in some precarious positions.
Hey, man, Mike Vick ain't going to be able to get it done for them boys, man.
Nick Saban said he hopeful, but I'm going to tell you, man, he got the same injury that Quinn Ewers had for Texas, and Quinn Ewers was out 3.5 weeks. And this is only going into week 2 for Bryce. So, I mean, unless they got some surgeries or some healing stuff that's going on down there in Tuscaloosa, I don't think Bryce going to be out there. But
they might, though. They might.
They might.
He play coach.
Saban get his hands on everything first, so they might. You know,
if he plays, there's a couple of personal fouls that's probably gonna happen because I'm gonna test all that body.
That's what I'm saying. He probably just one fall away from being re-injured if that's the case.
Yeah.
So I know we know, but don't do this. But let's what we thinking if Bryce don't play, Tennessee gonna win? Is that what we thinking?
It's a good chance.
I'm taking it.
I got Tennessee regardless.
Oh, you got Tennessee regardless, CA. Okay, cool. Cal, who you got?
I'm going Tennessee.
Regardless, or if Bryce don't play.
Regardless.
Hey, E-Rob.
Where's the game being played?
Neyland.
Oh,
it's in Neyland.
Yeah, I like Tennessee. I like
Rocket Top.
With no break.
Hey,
I like Tennessee.
all y'all that been in Neyland know. we know. It can get ugly in there.
Hey. All right, so Tony B say he feel like his personal opinion that Georgia plays on whatever the level of their opponent. That's definitely how it seems this year.
This year,
this year. Thad, what you thinking on that Alabama Tennessee?
Man, if Bryce Young is 100% healthy, I would be going towards Alabama, but it's a good chance that he's not going to be healthy, even if he plays.
Yeah, I got you. If they was okay. Because I don't think he's 100. I don't think he's 100 either.
Not in 1 week because you couldn't throw last week. How all of a sudden you're 100% healthy this week?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like JB said, I don't think old Michael Snick ain't. I don't think he gonna. I don't think he gonna get it done. He can't throw the ball, man. He fast. Hey, he fast. Hey, he fast as lightning now, but he can't. Hey, what they say? What they say? And remember the Titans. You can throw the ball a mile. Can't throw it 2 feet.
You ain't gonna be able to beat Tennessee completing 15 passes, man. You got to score points.
No.
That's perfect.
You right, man.
Tennessee has everything that Nick Saban hates: an athletic quarterback and a no-huddle offense.
Good
There's
call.
some dynamic receivers.
Hey, not for nothing.
Like that.
Yeah, not for nothing. They gave Alabama a good 2.5, 3 quarters last year too. But Bryson and the wide receiver cast was just a little too much in the end. But they ain't got them guys. Even their wide receiver core ain't really. I mean, hey man, I like Jermaine Burton and all,
Not
but they
special.
whole it ain't been looking like yeah. Even like when Bryce was 100%, they ain't really like been looking like that. You know what I'm saying? So
We got to recap those numbers at the end of the year.
we're gonna have to look, man. But hey, on to this weekend, man. This weekend is homecoming. Anybody go? Are y'all fellas going to homecoming?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll be down there.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Thad say he a game time decision.
Just say yeah. Y'all know. Sports
Rob, you hanging out with the Bourbon Social Club? Or what's going on, dog?
Man, I'm game time. The hand me kind of tight, man. We'll see how it goes.
Cool, Cal. You in Athens this weekend?
No, man, I'll be on the couch watching. I'm chilling.
We're not gonna ask CA, man, because he may or may not be there. He may or may not be in
definitely
the
gonna be
stands.
there.
He ain't gonna be on the sideline.
I'm
He
trying
gonna
to
be
get
there.
in.
Carlos say,
Man gonna have a hologram there sitting in his spot.
Carlos say the Tailgate Kings got what they got going on, JV.
Hey man, listen, we partnered up with the UGA Black Alumni Association this year to provide entertainment for everybody out on Miles Quad. So we gonna be there in full effect, providing what we provide, man. Good time, good music, and a damn good show.
There it is. There it is. Miles Quad.
Yeah.
Miles Quad is the place to be, people. So yeah, I'm gonna pull a cool cow, man. I got my homeboys coming down from the A. We're gonna be in front of the TV watching about 7 games at a time. So it's Vandy, dog.
Drink up, folks.
You're right.
All right. D say he hurt his throwing shoulder. Young will have to keep up with Tennessee by throwing or scoring. Yeah, he ain't gonna be able to do that while he injured, man. And so
Hey, I got a quick question for the panel or for whoever might want some of it. We got Vanderbilt this week. Everybody knows what's in front of us. Realistically, what do you expect to see? I mean, you're probably going to be disappointed if you think we're going to throw for 300-400 yards. So, I mean, what do y'all think these coaches are going to roll out as far as the game plan?
I think we're going. Go ahead. Go ahead,
Cal. What you say?
Okay, I think. Go ahead, Cal.
Raise your hand,
Listen, I expect like a 45-0, 45-7. Let's just go ahead and keep it vanilla. Get out of there. Get some guys healthy. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would expect.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing, Cal. That's crazy. We was trying to beat each other to the punch to say the same thing. Hey, Priest say he gonna be in the building, man. He might walk down from Hooper Street to Myers, man, to check y'all out.
Come on, let
Got your pre?
PP.
Yeah, hey man, listen,
It's
vanilla.
not playing to our standard if we do that, though.
Vanilla. Shelby said vanilla, nothing special. 35-3. You know, not covering because the spread is 35. The spread is 38.5.
Y'all hear how we talk?
We might cover.
I know, man.
35-3. Ho
I know.
49.
I love it.
You know what
I
I'm
love
saying?
it.
Ain't that where? Hey, ain't that where we at? E? Ain't that where we at now? Ain't that where we at now? You know what I'm saying?
Where we at?
You know what I'm saying? Shawty say, if you ain't trying to win natties, man, and have your program at that level talking like that, what you doing,
What we
man?
doing?
What you doing? Yes, sir.
That's just like if you ain't ching, you ain't trying, baby.
See, we're going to keep that in our back pocket.
Hey, y'all didn't know. Y'all ain't even paying attention to the clock. We in the inside locker room after dark now, dog.
Already.
Oh, don't start that.
Yeah,
Don't start that. I'm gonna have to go fill this back up.
Hey, one thing I will say, I do expect us to probably kind of almost really piggyback off our third and fourth quarter of last week. I think we're gonna probably get them a heavy dose of running, try to keep this running game physical and established, and take some shots with some receivers, some of the guys once again get some more experience because I see Blaylock starting to get more acclimated.
Facts
in the passing game. So, but I really see her keeping it vanilla and really trying to establish the run and just pound those guys. But I see her taking a few shots as well in the passing game.
Yeah. Side note, Carlo Butler, JV, he said he need 2 of them tumblers.
Hey, Lo, I got you, baby. Tailgate Kings, we always deliver.
It come with a price now. It come with a price.
Hey, Shawty still mad about the wristbands.
You gonna have an invoice coming with that thing.
Oh yeah, you gonna get an invoice, man. Don't get a
It may cost you a lot. It may cost you a little, but it's gonna cost you.
Hey, E-Rob, I was 38 hot up there with that lady trying to give me the gate. I'm about to cut the lid out.
Hey.
And she started with me too. I was like,
Hey, look, pay the lady. Pay the
Oh my God.
Hey man, we run a business, not a business.
All right, Tony B said he gonna piggyback off what somebody said earlier. Georgia, he's gonna play on. Georgia gonna play on Vandy level. Oh, so you said Tony B? Are you saying that it might be like a Missouri looking type game?
Hell no.
I don't think so.
Hell no.
I actually think it's gonna be vanilla, but we're gonna put Vandy in their place early. You know what I'm saying? I think we're gonna get a lot of Carson Beck in the second half. I think the third quarter he'll get to throw a little bit, but to Shawty's point, I think in the fourth quarter gonna look a lot like the first quarter. Gonna be a lot of running. You know what I'm saying? Because the more you run, the less you ain't got a whole bunch of injuries. You know what I'm saying? You got wide receivers out there. Can't make a cut. We need them dudes healthy come cocktail party week. So.
And it's really a good chance to make sure Kirby. This is I'm sure he will, but to that point, I mean, with this being homecoming and a small team, the focus part should really be in play. Like, we really need to see if these guys can come in at least focus, because if they are, we can get in and get them up out of there quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Shawty say, please. Shelby say, please make sure Shawty get the wristband.
They're right.
He'll get it with the exchange of monetary value.
Even swap ain't no swap.
Tennessee, Wallace talking about Tennessee. Hooker's in his 6th year too. This is last year. He's 24 years old, right behind Stetson. That is correct.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That on TV.
Yeah, they did. Stetson is the oldest starting quarterback in the Power 5, and Hendon Hooker's like 4 months younger than him.
Hey, bro,
wow.
They got whole family.
It's that side benefits. I think they get 70% disability.
Y'all heard E-Rob. They put that shit out there last week too.
Yeah, what?
He older than how many people in the NFL?
Like 10 starting quarterbacks.
10 starting quarterbacks in the NFL right now.
Exactly.
Quarterback.
Wow.
That's right.
Fields, all them.
Pre-say
it's like 10 of them.
Pre-say we're gonna give it to Vandy, but we might not cover that. They're 38.5.
That's a lot.
That's steep. I'm taking.
You're right, Priest.
That's deep. All right, so D said this will be the first time Alabama, Georgia playing at the same time this year, 3:30. TV networks normally don't schedule us. That's right. I think both fan bases watch either. I have both of them on. So
me too. I'm watching both of them.
Yeah, we'll have both of them at the tailgate out there.
Big Train is gonna be on the Tennessee game. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm gonna be at the game watching. Not even watching our game. Just
you there in body. You there in physical body alone.
Hey, you look up when you hear a loud noise. That don't time you look up.
You're like,
okay.
Yeah. Hey, we would add in it all. Hey, see, ain't gonna be mad when the cell signal ain't good in the stadium. Like, I'm trying to watch the game.
No. Hey, dude, the stadium done pick that Wi-Fi up, man.
They did. They said they was making some upgrades now, so that's good.
Top tier program.
Top tier, baby. Hey, top tier security. What is top flight security, baby? Let's go.
For the world.
We got any predictions?
All right, let's go through it. It's 38.5 point spread. I think the over under is 58.
I got a prediction.
What's up?
Oscar Depp gonna lead us in receiving yards. Go down.
There we go.
Hot
There we
take.
go.
Cool Cal prediction.
45-7.
45-7. Missing the cover by half. Hey, for y'all bettors out there, we ain't no experts, so don't go betting the house on it. But Cool Cal say, don't take this. Don't take this. Hey, take Vandy in the points, man. Shawty, what you got on the spread? Anthony White say appreciate us for what we do. Go Dogs. Hey, appreciate you, Anthony, for supporting, brother.
Ant.
Absolutely, bro.
What's up, boy?
Shawty, what you got on the predictions?
42-6.
42-6. Not gonna cover again. Take Vandy in the points. JV, this game will be in the college football pick'em. So go ahead and give me.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm doing well. I'm coming to get you, Coach. FYI, I'm actually rolling with the exact same score, man. That Shawty had 42-6.
Okay.
Here's what it is. It's Vandy.
All right, man. I think I got 41-10, man. 41-10. They're gonna get a late one, like, you know.
That's the score. That's the score right there.
Yeah, 41-10 on some old bull job at the end.
Like my uncle would have a cigarette in his mouth.
Hey, kind of like that touchdown Auburn got, dog. They was just out there just trying to strip, don't tackle, trying to push. I don't know what they doing, man. Like, get the ball on the ball, get the ground, man.
Hey, Coach, hold on. Let me get my prediction, Coach.
Go ahead, E.
All right, so 41-6 is the score, but here's the real prediction. Malachi Starr's gonna get his first pick 6 against Vanderbilt.
Here we go. Now this is what I'm looking for.
Okay. Hey, he almost had a pick last week. I said that boy got a nose for the ball, boy. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'll play along. Branson Robinson is gonna lead us in rushing.
Okay. He did that.
He led us in rushing. He led us in rushing Saturday.
So he ain't gonna probably get the most totes because we're gonna probably be up on him. You know?
Exactly. Kenny McIntosh probably won't even play second half. And Dejan gonna be on ice. Yeah, like that fourth quarter gonna be Branson and Carson.
Well, we probably gonna find us a plucky running back to put in there at that time.
Hey, so Wallace Smith say 49-10. He say you could take Vandy and the points. We still gonna cover. Okay.
Okay.
Carlos say 48-6. Oh, I'm telling you, man, Vandy and the points, baby. So, anybody else with any hot takes out there, man? Like, we got a week off, man. We can get it in.
We done said it all, Coach.
There it is.
We already exactly. Get us out.
Hey, there
have we had a multi-sack game yet?
I don't think so, Sean.
Nolan ain't did 1.5 yet. Is that more to?
Hold on, man.
Hey, that's a good question. I don't know. We can't. We're gonna have to go with 2.
Hey,
It's more than one.
Yeah.
That's more than one, I guess.
Hey, look.
All right, so Wallace Smith say Bet gonna have 2 TD passes.
Okay.
He better get him in early.
I can see that.
Screens.
Hey, Tony B say 48-7. Okay, I got you.
I got you, Tone.
Another cover.
All right, that's a 2 covers so far. All right, Dominique Blaylock get his first TD of the season. 45-10.
Okay.
Not gonna cover though.
See that.
I'll sign on for that one.
Okay.
We have had multiple quarterbacks running for their lives out of bounds. Where'd that come from, Carlo? That was the sack question Shawty asked just a minute ago about the multi sacks or whatever.
Okay. I was like,
Yeah. I don't think nobody done had. Let me hold on. Let's pull up the stats.
I'm gonna have to pull that up. I just thought about it.
Oh man, like we ain't had nobody get somebody on the ground 2 times in the game.
Man, 1.5.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
My agent telling me to tap out on y'all, man. I keep looking at the
I was
contract
gonna say,
say
I think Coach.
Right? Hey. Your
CA.
agent, we got the same agent, dog.
We got this.
Yeah,
Hey,
no,
look.
me too then. Cuz.
He did just the red light.
Hey, man.
Yeah, I ain't Reddit Louis. What the name? Reddit Louis, like Reddit Louis, the commentator on ESPN. All right, Reddit, we'll get at you, Reddit.
All right, man. There it is, man. Good show for the fellas, man. Thanks to the dogs in the comments. The dogs is viewing is not in the comments. CA, JV, E-Rob, Cool Cow, shout this coach out, the fan at inside the locker room. We out.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Go dogs.
Peace.